How's everybody doing today? This concept about deliberately creating or manifesting your life. That's a question I got asked. And I was thinking about this. There's so many things that we can do to bring our passion, our desires, our purpose, our whatever drives us into our life. But, what is the best mindset to have? You guys know what a mindset is. A mindset is a certain perception that you have every day, 24/7, 365 days a year. That's called a mindset. So having the correct mindset will manifest in your favor. Having the incorrect mindset will do the opposite. So creating your life is really about what? A state of mind, right? A state of being, a state of thought, a constant thing. So there's two things going on here that you will notice. And when you notice these two things, these two factors, that's when the shift will happen for you. If you're not aware of these factors, then of course, it's going to be quite difficult. So let's talk about these two things that will affect and change your manifestation. All right. Remember what a mindset is, right? Take notes. A mindset is a certain way you think about life, about the world, about yourself every single day, right? So when you go to sleep tonight and you get up tomorrow, it's the same mindset. Okay? Keep that in mind. Mindsets creates reality. State of mind creates reality consistently. So here's the mindset that every single human being, if you are watching this video, found you. This is the mindset that you should have right now that will shift your world. Here's the mindset. Every day when you get up, you have to think in the back of your head that everything is working out in my favor. That's the mindset that will shift the universe to your aid. Remember what I said earlier, if you just joined in this live, I said that mindsets create reality. A state of mind is something we think over. Let me give you a practical example of what a mindset is. Let's use a relationship. Let's say someone experienced a couple heartbreaks, or they've been taken advantage of, or they've been in bad relationships. They're automatically going to have a mindset now that every relationship they go into, it's going to be the same pattern. So their mindset is, love doesn't work. No one truly loves me. I'm bad with love. I'm not good with love. That's a mindset created from their environment. So no matter what they do, every time they go to bed, they go try to meet someone new, mindset's going to kick in. This is a nice girl. She's a nice guy. He's a nice girl. He's a nice guy. But it probably ain't going to last. It doesn't last. So as you can see, mindset is very critical to manifesting. Now, if that person, even though they had a heartbreak and they've been in relationships where it didn't work out, I guarantee you one fact. Even though they experience the things they don't want to experience, but if they immediately change their mindset and say, you know what, I'm always lucky in love. Whatever happened is for my good, but I'll always find the right person. They'll come to me. Everything is always working out in my favor. I can guarantee you one thing, that person will find love a lot faster. That person will find honesty. That person will find their soulmate. Because their mindset is creating their physical world. So the mindset that you must have is everything is always working out for me. That's the first factor to create and manifest anything in your life. Now let's go to factor number 2 that you must need or you must know to manifest. The subconscious mind. We look at your subconscious mind in this term. Your subconscious mind is an ordering machine. Pretend you're at a restaurant and you put your order in, but this time with this restaurant, it's free. You don't have to pay any money for the food. Just see what you want, order your food, and then what you do, you sit at your table, comfortable, you relax. A few minutes later, the waiter or waitress brings you your food. That's how it works in the universe. So you have to order what you want. Now let me ask you a question. When you go to the restaurant and you're putting your order in, Do you go and ask them, hey, how are they going to cook this? What materials, what ingredients? I mean, is it going to be on a flame grill, or like, is it going to work? Will the food cook? Where's the food? You don't need to ask any of that, right? You know automatically they have all the ingredients, utensils, materials to cook your food the way you want to cook. That's the same way your subconscious mind works. So when you have the mindset that, man, things are working out in my favor, and then you have the concept that my subconscious mind is a answer generator, is an order machine, all I gotta do is put my order in. An order means your intention, or whatever it is that you want. That's called an intention. When you put that in, the subconscious mind goes, orders it up, cooks it up, brings it, delivers it to you. Your mindset matches. Your mindset says everything is always working out in my favor. It works out. Now let's shift this to now a science point. So the science of how this works. Science of how this works. Number one, everything that you see around you is energy, right? Energy, you can't create it, you can't destroy it. It only can transform forms. Number two, energy don't lie. Energy, you can't make stuff up about energy. You are what you are. You're going to be what you're going to be based on your perception and your mindset. So now, whenever you embody the state or the mindset of something, the energy that's corresponding with that thing will materialize. It starts to show up in your physical world. Because the reason why it shows up in your physical world is because of your brain. Your brain decodes information and then transforms it into physical stuff. Okay? That is the science. Science gives you the confidence, the assurity that you know this stuff works. You don't want to go into something and you don't know if it has any basis in science. Right? Now, there's someone here that says he's a scientist, and scientist thinks I am misinformed. It's belief because it's not rooted in science. Well, let's talk about that. That's a very good question. What is a belief? Where does a belief come from? How are beliefs formed? Beliefs are formed by electrochemical impulses through the body's system, right? Through your neurons. But let's go even deeper than that. What activates beliefs? Well, we have to go into the quantum world. That's science, right? Yeah, I know he thinks he's a science. In the quantum world, we see that an electron carries information known as qubits. This information creates an observation. It means when you look at something or you perceive something, your mind generates it through quantum mechanics. And you know this. You know what the biggest groundbreaking idea or biggest groundbreaking facts is? Happened in 2022. Scientists won the Nobel Prize for showing that the very thing that I'm telling you and teaching you is actually true. They actually won a Nobel Prize for showing that reality is non-local. Look that up. Your reality is non-local. There's actually an experiment in quantum entanglement. Now, the next thing you want to do is the mindset. Now, state of mind. You also have a part of your mind which is called your conscious mind. That's your critical thinking mind. The problem with your critical thinking mind is your critical thinking mind has a real big flaw. Your critical thinking mind is a great mind. It can help you, can survive you, but it also has a huge drawback. Here's the problem with your critical thinking mind. Your critical thinking mind developed through conditions of the environment you were brought up into. In other words, your critical thinking mind is derived from fear, doubt, and worry. Hence, it's always in a state of survival. That's the problem with the critical thinking mind. Your critical thinking mind can take you over the edge. So, if you're too much in your critical thinking mind, you are not really going to reach your potential, because potential doesn't exist in the critical thinking mind. Potential exists in the creative mind, in the intuitive mind. That's the mind that you have to put more energy to. When you have energy in that mind, then you get more information beam down and coming to you from your source, from your higher self. So the issue you have to understand, guys, is that whenever you're creating something, you have to focus on what it is that you want with intensity, but not desperation. When you have the intensity, and the intensity basically means it's a desire, it's your passion, it's your purpose, that's when the field will start to change and come into your being. Now listen, you have some individuals, well, no, guys, I love this life. You'll have a lot of individuals here. You're gonna have some NPCs, like this guy here is, I don't know what's his name, LMAO. Alright, so you have NPCs. NPCs are allowed. NPCs are part of the program. They need to be in a part of the program. NPCs use more of their critical thinking mind, logic and structure. They don't work in their creative mind. So it's all good to have NPCs. You need that as part of the program. So let them be, let them talk. It's all good. Now, once you activate, all things are working in your favor. Okay? Once you activate the subconscious to order, then everything starts to take place. I love this one. Yeah, the NPC actually helps you to deactivate your own limiting beliefs. So when you see an NPC and what they're talking about, you should be like, whoo, thank goodness I'm not that guy, because that guy is so lost. The issue with NPCs is, you see, NPCs, they have what they call cognitive dissonance, right? Cognitive dissonance is a part in your mind and your consciousness where you actually get brainwashed into believing or accepting something that has, in other words, people believe and are easily led because they don't know how to use their own creative mind to accelerate. They're focused more on logic. That's what you get with a lot of NPCs. NPCs are logical people. Logic will only get you so far. If you want to take your game to the next level, you have to move beyond the logic. You have to get into illogical, higher consciousness. See how it works? So, the main point of all this, guys, is once now, hey, universe, I deserve everything I desire. Guess what happens? The field changes. Your reality starts to change. Because here's the one most important fact that you must know to create anything in your life. It's a subjective world. It's a subjective truth. Your truth is subjective to you. We no longer live in an objective world. We live in a subjective. You know what I mean by a subjective world? Comment below if you know what I mean by a subjective world. In other words, this is what quantum physics says. Here's what quantum physics says in a nutshell. So you don't have to go through all the big things, okay? Quantum physics says that when I observe a pattern or something, the pattern or the thing that I observe confronts, contorts, and fits my model of reality. So in my world, what I believe, what I see, what I observe will start to reflect what I believe. My truth and your truth. That's called subjective. And that's the world we live in. So it means that what you believe about yourself and the world comes around to fit your beliefs in your world. There's not a one world where everything works the same. It's a observer effect. That's correct. The observer is the one with the observed. So what that means, Go back to the mindset. The mindset says that everything is always working out for me. Remember now, the universe is information. Information is not your brain, it's not your conscious, it's not your mind. It doesn't think, it doesn't logicalize, it doesn't give, it says, oh well, you deserve it, or maybe you're not. Information just gives. So whatever information you put, information will reciprocate back to you. So if you say everything is always working out in my favor, the world will start to maneuver to work out in your favor, because it's your subconscious that takes that order, just like you order your food, and it puts it out in your world. These are the two simplest concepts you must realize, and that will change your game to manifest. And I'll repeat them again. Here they go. Number one, a state of mind. What is a state of mind? A constant perception every single day, 24 hours, in the back of your head. Your state of mind should be, everything is always working out for me. No matter what's happening in your life, just keep that mindset. It'll change. That's the first concept. The second concept is, my subconscious is an ordering machine. I put an order in just like I'm ordering food, and I get whatever I want. My subconscious mind does not say no. It always says yes. That's correct. You live in a friendly universe that's designed to serve you. Those two simple concepts right there. Game over. You will take your manifestation, you will take your life, you will take whatever it is you want or desire. It'll come in a lot faster, because again, I must remind you, we live in an independent, subjective world. I see in my lenses, you see in your lens. What I see in my lens, I get in my lens. What you see in your lens, you get in your lens. What I see in your lens, I'm not going to get. What you see in my lens, you're not going to get. You have to be in your own lens, with your own perception, with your own mindset. Therefore, it's a subjective world. That means freedom, free will, you get whatever you want in your life. I got promoted at work. Thank you, Mark. You're welcome. That's an example of it. So start adopting those two concepts. Watch how fast things change for you. All right, guys. See you again.